Hey everyone, today we are doing a review on the Citizen Promaster Land series. This watch is, on paper, it's freaking amazing. I'm not the biggest fan of it, spoiler alert, but we're gonna dive into the reasons why. Purpose of this video, as usual, is to determine if this watch is worth buying and if you should buy one yourself. By the way, before we get too far, every product we review on this channel is unsponsored and unpaid for. That means we buy everything with our own money. The purpose behind that, of course, is to give you an honest and unbiased product review. So one way to support us is to please hit that like button, please subscribe, share the video, of course, and if you're feeling super thankful, hit that super thanks button on YouTube. First and foremost, comes with this fancy, zoom the camera out here, fancy Promaster Citizen Pelican case. It's kind of a fun little touch. Get a couple of specs out of the way really quick. Has the EcoDrive platform, so basically uses solar energy as well as artificial light to power the damn thing, never needing a battery. It's awesome. EcoDrive is beast. It is water resistant to 200 meters, and this is one of the few analog watches that has a countdown timer on it. Let's see what else, what's some other fun things. Also has sapphire crystal glass, so it's better for reflection. I know, not really doing it justice there on the, with the studio lighting. Anyway, sapphire crystal, so it is super scratch resistant and much better and much cleaner to look at in outside in sunlight. This crown right here moves the compass bezel around. So that's kind of fun. Then you've got, I guess, this main sort of center action button, I believe is what they call it, and then just two just normal buttons there on the side. In order to switch between the different modes, you hit the action button, and then you can go from alarm, settings, calendar, world time, chronograph, timer, etc. I generally keep mine on timer because I just love timer functions on watches. I use timers all the time. I don't know why, just do, love it. Anyway, this crown right here, it spins, okay, like a normal watch. It does not go in or out, or well, I'm sorry, it does go in because it's the action button, but it does not pop out, you know, to like be able to like do anything with it. As far as I can tell, even it spins, but it doesn't do anything. So I don't really know why it spins. There's not a function I've been able to use on it that seems to make this do anything. So if somebody in the comments knows that I'm wrong about that and that spinning this actually does something, please let me know. I have not been able to figure it out. In order to set the timer, press and hold the action button and moves the hands and stuff out of the way. And now I can change that to all the way to 99 minutes. But then you hit the action button, change that, see, I mean, it doesn't move the numbers here. Anyway, change this to 3, 2, whatever you want. So it's at 3 minutes, 0, 0, setting complete. So now, and it sort of moves the hands back out of the way. So now when you hit this, it's running the timer and it says running. And I like that it will tell you also that it has, you know, started at 3 minutes. So you basically know the kind of timer that you use. So that's a clever little bit for the interface. You know, you stop it and then hit that, and then it resets it. Let's go ahead and go to the stopwatch. Some of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to get into all that. All right, next let's talk about the chronograph or stopwatch. So we will switch over to the stopwatch here, chronograph. Now you'll notice that the little power hand went to 0. And of course they make chronograph the top thing, you know, right up there. This I kind of think is a little bit weird, and one reason why I don't know, love the watch. So when you hit the go button, you know, chronograph cranks up, it just says running. And you can do, you know, things like splitting the laps and everything, and it creates like a little log for you, which I think that that's actually pretty fantastic. But you'll notice that it doesn't stop, say, running up there. Well, what it basically does is it turns this, the second hand into the seconds. It turns the lower right dial into the minute dial, and then the lower left dial into the hour dial. And then you hit that button to stop it like you would most watches. Bottom button clears it. There you go. But basically, so long as this thing is just running, it won't say anything other than running. And I kind of wish that it showed a digital readout of it while it's actually moving instead of just when you stop or pause it. I don't know, I suppose it's not the end of the world, and one nice thing is that it does actually allow you to cycle between the different functions while the chronograph is still running. It even says running there, so we'll stop there. So, I don't know, a little bit of a weird UIism, but, not a deal breaker. But it's these kind of small little things about this watch that are, I don't want to say like a turn off, but again, just kind of make this watch not quite for me. Next, let's talk about settings. Let's clear this out. Hit the action button, and we will go down to settings. Different settings, you have the light level. This basically just gives you a what the light level is right now. By the way, you notice the hands are kind of moving out of the way. To me, that just takes a really long time, but this is the light level that's running the Eco Drive, so that's kind of a fun feature there. Let's get out of that. Yes, exit. You also have the home time. That's self-explanatory, basically what the main watch time is. World time, again, self-explanatory, what you want your world time to be set at. New York, Paris, whatever. Chrono results. This one, basically, if you save that record, the lap times or whatever, you can see it right there. I think that's pretty cool and will be great for people that need the use the chronographer, use the stopwatch often. Timer allows you just to set the timer there. Same thing with alarm. Hand position. This basically lets you calibrate the hands, so that's pretty good. Chrono mode here, so you can set it to either split or lap. So it gives you some good choices there. And then just kind of goes down the line of the different things here until you get to the end. Reset settings. Exit. So that's the settings that it offers, and now the hands are going to move back to where they're supposed to be. Again, in my opinion, it just takes an awfully long time, but whatever. While it's doing its thing, let's talk about if you should buy this watch or not. Once again, I think the watch is absolutely fantastic looking. I love this little yellow trim there. The whole thing just kind of looks like almost like a hybrid version of the Omega Speedmasters. I love the sort of like black and white and, and silver. The lume on the hands is very good, especially once it gets some light activation. You should be able to see that in the dark, pretty well. I just don't like some of the interface isms. They just made it like a little bit too, just like a little bit too complicated. And I don't like that you can't use the backlight, which you can't really see. I'll see if I can get some B-roll of the backlight, but I don't like that you can't use the backlight with any function other than the time, the normal time. I just think that's a little bit of a misstep, especially, since it has the backlight in there, I don't know, maybe make it useful. I also don't like that this crown spins. It spins, but it doesn't do anything. That to me is just like a little bit weird. And then of course the compass. For those that really need and use the compass, I think a lot of people thought that there might be like a more automated compass function, but there just simply isn't. With that said, I don't know, to me that's, between that and a tachymeter, well, that's just, teach their own. And then one of the last things I don't like about this watch, and for that matter, any of these watches that do this, is the very thick hands. See, I've noticed a trend in some of these watch designers where they make the hour and minute hand like super thick. But the thing is there's a bunch of crap behind them that you want to be able to see when these things are in place. They just need to make these a little bit thinner. Like Omega did it so well on the Speedmaster series, and even Rolex on some of their models and stuff too. But Citizen and a few other brands here, they just made these things like thicker than they needed to be, and I just don't understand really why they did that. I just wish that they would sort of slim those things down a little bit to make it easier to see the stuff behind the screen. Love the durability, love the looks. This thing is heavy, built like a tank, looks fantastic. But again, I just don't know if this watch is for me. The rubber strap is comfortable-ish for the most part. But the watch is $600. And I just can't help but feel like I'd rather have, I don't know, like if you want like a real super outdoorsy watch that you can beat the crap out of course there's like G-Shocks and Timexes. If you want something that's a little more boardroom happy, you have Swatch, Omega, Rolex, depending on your budget. You know, so this is sort of like this kind of like in between of like an outdoor watch and a boardroom watch. And I don't want to say that they missed the mark, because they didn't. It's good, but it's just not great for $600. Despite having the 200-meter water resistance and the sapphire coated glass. And Eco Drive, again, I can't undersell how awesome Eco Drive is. Just very, very cool. Anyway, that is the review of the Promaster watch from Citizen. I won't be keeping it myself, but I hope this video or walkthrough was at least helpful enough for those to make their own decision if they want to buy this watch and if it will work for them. Please like and subscribe. Please share this video with other watch fans. Reach out to us in the comment section if you have any questions, and otherwise we'll be back with another video really soon.